everybody. Welcome back. My name is Julie. This is my Flosstube channel, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. This is my 8th Flosstube, Flosstube number 8. And I just, we got to start off with some really exciting news. Really exciting. Pam and or Steph from Just Keep Stitching subscribe to my channel Sunday night. That's right, guys. Pam or Steph or both, one of them subscribed to my channel. So I am so excited. I love Pam and Steph at Just Keep Stitching. I know you guys love them too. They have like over 3,000 subscribers, so you probably watch them. You probably know them. But, and you know what? Maybe they subscribe to everybody and they didn't even watch. I don't know. Maybe they're just nice and they just, whatever. But, I'm like, I don't know. I'm so excited. So I hope they're watching. I hope you guys are watching. If you're watching right now, I love you. I love your videos. Even though your video on Sunday was almost 2 hours long, girls. That was just a smidge long for me, but I watched it all. I watched all of it. I saw the news about the retreat that you guys are doing next year. It looks super cool. I've never done a retreat. I don't know. Maybe someday. I don't know if it's for me. So anyway, okay, guys. I just wanted to tell you guys that. So I don't have any stitching to show this week. But don't worry, because I have lots of things to show you. I just don't have any stitching to show you. Not because I haven't been stitching, but because I'm going to save it for another video. So I'm doing, I got this crazy, like, harebrained idea. I'm doing something I'm calling the 12 starts of Christmas. So the 12-day countdown to Christmas, I'm doing a new Christmas themed start every day. So I think we're on day 6 now, and I've done a new Christmas themed start every day. Brand new project, like, haven't touched it before, something new every day. So, and then I've got a bonus number 13 to actually do on Christmas Day. So after that is said and done, then I'm going to do a video showing you my 13, hopefully, if all continues to go as planned. I'll have 13 starts to show you for this month, on top of whatever I had started before I started this. So anyway, future video. But I do still have lots to show you guys. Lots of stitchy stuff to show you, just not actual stitching I've done, personally. But I think it's going to be really cool once I'm done. So let's do haul. I have a very little bit of haul. I've been trying to, with Christmas and stuff, I've been trying to not be crazy. So I went to our, we have a place here in Denver called the Craft Box. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Craft Box. And they sell, it's like a consignment store for craft stuff. So they have a whole cross stitch section. They have sewing, scrapbooking, knitting, crochet, whatever else. Tons of fabric, quilting. So it's all stuff that like people like have accumulated and then sell off their stash, or they get it at the estate sales or whatever. So they like buy all of this stuff and then resell it. Their prices are phenomenal. They're so cheap. So I popped in there because they're right by my dentist. So every time I go to the dentist, I go there. So I got a couple things. So this is the Just Cross Stitch 2013 ornament issue. I got it for 25 cents. A quarter, you guys. A freaking quarter. I don't even know if I'm going to stitch anything in there, but it was a quarter. So, like, sure, I could, whatever. Even if I end up going, I don't want to stitch any of this. I'm like, well, I spent a quarter. I think I'll live. So, you guys know, you're familiar with the Just Cross Stitch ornament issues. It's just tons and tons of ornaments. So like, here's a sampling of some of the stuff that's in there. I haven't looked through it really, and I didn't look very close. For a quarter, I was like, sure, throw it in the basket. And then I got 2 pieces of, I think they're linen. I don't think they're even weave. I think they're linen. But it doesn't, it doesn't really say. All it says is just the dimensions of the fabric. So I'll need to get my ruler out, but I'm thinking they're 28. This one's smaller. I think this one might be 32 count and this one's 28 count. So just, they were, $3. So I thought, well, why not, just add to the stash. And then I got some water lilies in the color Meadow. I got 6 of them because they were $2. And I love these water lilies. I don't know quite yet what I will use these for, but just so pretty. I love these. They just stitch like a dream. And then I got some like homespun fabric because Priscilla from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, she uses homespun on all of her fabulous, beautiful finishes. So I thought I just picked up a couple colors because they were like $1. So I'll just use those for some finishes down the road. Okay, so that was my haul. That was it, guys. I was really, really good. Like, really good. Okay, so 2018 plans. So what I want to show you today are things that I have fully kitted, ready to start at a moment's notice. I could start them in 2 minutes. So I have many, many patterns that are not fully kitted or are half kitted or whatever. But I'm only going to show you guys the ones that are fully kitted, fabric, floss, everything ready to go. So these are the most likely things that I will start in 2018. But, the truth is I'm going to buy a bunch of crap. Like, I will be buying tons of things in 2018. So some of these might get, pushed to the side for other projects. I'm definitely going to buy that Farmhouse Christmas that's coming out in January, like, for sure. That's a duh. And I don't know. I'm sure I'll buy lots of things. So this is just what I have right now that is ready, raring to go. And then I'm trying to get kind of organized. I was really inspired by Kate at Kate's Crafting Corner because she has, like, calendar layouts of, I already told you guys this in my last video, but she's got it like, on this day I stitch Christmas, on this day I stitch the Harry Potter class schedule stitch along, on whatever. So I really do want to do something like that. I have a happy planner that I use like sporadically, not super great about using it, but I use it here and there. I just like put like when bills are due. I usually will put football games. I'll put like reminders to myself. I will put when I start a new book, when I finish a book, and I try to put projects I've been working on, but I'm not always perfect about doing that. But I'll say, I started stitching this project, but I'm not really great about it, so I want to better organize my cross stitch stuff. I'm still going to use this for everything else. So the Happy Planner, you can get a hole punch for it. Oh, by the way, I should say these Happy Planners, you've probably seen them. Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's has them. They're always like 50% off or use a coupon or whatever. They come in a bazillion different varieties. Pro tip, I've seen them at Ross for like dirt cheap. Like, I can't remember what they cost at Joann's and Michael's and all that, but I think I've seen them at Ross for like $7, so like they're really cheap there. Anyway, so I have this hole punch that will punch to where you can punch something and then put it in your Happy Planner because it's all held together with these little rings. So I've made index cards and then punched them so that I can actually put them right there in my planner. And so this is only partially filled out, but I think I'm going to do something like this. So I've got, I don't know if that's going to focus, guys, sorry. I've got designer, pattern, fabric, floss, start date, finish date, and then notes. And so I'm going to try to do that on all of my projects so I can just keep a little bit better track of what I'm doing with them. And then I was thinking a really easy thing to do after I finish something and I frame it is I could, like, you know, cut this a little smaller and actually just like paste it on the back of my project so that 4 years from now when I'm like, what green did I use on that? I could be like, oh, Gentle Arts, whatever. So that's me trying to get organized. Got a big stack of these so I can make them for all of my whips and projects, which I'm gonna have to guess on some of the whips, but anyway, on when I started them and whatever. But that's how I'm gonna try to organize. So, all right, let's look at some whips, or not whips. I'm sorry. Let's look at future starts. Future starts. Maybe 2018, maybe 2019, maybe never. But future starts. I haven't looked through this in a while, guys. I got organized a couple months ago. I like really got organized. So I went through all my stash and I kitted up things and then I kind of put it away and I haven't started much of it. So here's what we got in here. So Mill Hill kits, these are great because they're already kitted up for you. I've got Love Coffee. You guys know these stitch up so fast. So, you know, once I sit down and do that, it'll be a really fast project. I've got this Cherish Stitches How Doth the Busy Bee, a pin pillow. I don't know how to say this word. E-T-U-I. I guess I've never tried to say that before. Etui. I'm sure somebody out there knows how you pronounce this thing. But look at this. It comes with the fabric, all the ribbon and trim to finish it, the flosses. It comes with everything you need. Super cute. I love to pick up little kits like this. Next, I've got Heartstring Samplery. Coffee Saves Lives, the Magical Elixir Series Part 1. Now, we all did Part 2. First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. Sorry, I'm going to take it out so there's not such a glare. So this was Part 1, which I love just as much, but there was that sale going on for Part 2, so I jumped ahead. So this is a really cool, like, sampler, and then kind of written, it's going to be really hard to see, but this says Coffee Saves Lives, which ain't that the truth. So I'm going to stitch that with all of the charted flosses, which are mostly Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. And I'm going to, I think it'll stitch up pretty fast. I feel like Part 2, first I drink the coffee, then I do the things. I feel like that stitched up really fast. So I'm going to do it on Witchelt Permin Lamb's Wool 32 count because that's what I did Part 2 on. So even though they're not really the same size or anything, but I'm going to just do it on the same fabric. Like the charted designs, I think there's some variation there, but definitely want to get to that. I mean, I get so excited about all of these. I want to start these like tomorrow, but I can't because there's too many. So I don't know how I'm going to decide what to, I really don't know what my system is. I need to think on it some more, but I need to think on it quickly because it's almost January 1st. So I've got the Primitive Hair Jane Eyre. I really love this one. And I'm going to do it. This is this piece of fabric is by Nikki's Creations, in the colorway Old England, and it's just kind of got that like aged antique-y look, kind of like the Primitive Hair does a lot. You know, it's just kind of splotchy and aged, like a really cool piece of linen, which I think kind of matches what she, you know, the Primitive Hair used her own linen, the Old Salem. So this is a little bit different, but I think it's got that kind of same vibe. And then I've got the called for threads are going to be DMCs and a couple, just a very couple, only one Gentle Art in dark chocolate. So it's ready to go at a moment's notice. This one I'm really excited about. This is Ink Circles Get Crackin'. And this one is so fancy, you guys, because it's Gloriana silks. Like, it's not even just overdyed or fancy floss. It's silks. Like, hello. Super fancy. Look at these. Look at this yumminess. I can't wait to start this one. I would have definitely already started this one, but I was, I needed fabric. I couldn't decide on a fabric because the picture is just kind of white. It's like a white, maybe a slight gray. It's called, it calls for fabric flare in 10, T-I-N. On the picture, it just looks white. And so I had to really, really think about what I wanted to do, and I decided I wanted to do just like the palest blue-green seafoam maybe color. And I ordered something from Picture This Plus during their sale, and, you know, I didn't get that till November 30th. And then it wasn't right. It was too dark. So then I had to go, I don't know, I had to go look and buy something. So I ended up with Picture This Plus in Serene, which is like a very, very pale seafoam kind of green. And I think it's probably not going to really show up great on the camera because it's so light. It's just a very beautiful, mottled, really pale seafoamy color. And I got it in 36 count. And I'm going to do the silks 1/2 on that. And I think it's going to look fabulous someday when I start it. Oh, next. This is bittersweet, guys. But I'm definitely going to start this next year in 2018. Absolutely. This is Chatelaine Marie Antoinette Mandala. And I'm going to do it with all of the charted flosses, which you know are silks and beads and all that expensive, really expensive, really wonderful stuff. So I've got it all ready. I've got it raring to go. Got all my Glorianas and my Dinky dyes and my Rainbow Galleries. I've got it all. A whole bunch of thread gatherers too on this one. And I've had this pattern forever. I've had all this floss forever. I was waiting on my Picture This Plus order. I'm going to do it on French lilac 32 count. You've seen this before. Big old piece of fabric. I've seen this stitch. I've seen it completed on like a white or a beige or an off-white or something, and it looks really nice, but I think it just is kind of missing something. I really like the way it looks on the dark. This is on black. Mine's not going to be black, but I just think it looks, good. I like that. The white ones are beautiful, but they're missing a little something for me. Okay, next Future Start. This is from Just Cross Stitch, April 2017 issue. And what I want to do on this one is a primitive, I believe it's the Primitive Hair. Am I making that up? Let me double check that. Yes, the primitive hair. It's called Believe in Dreams. I just thought that looked really cool. I'm gonna do it on this. I ordered this fabric online. It wasn't quite what I wanted. Like when I finally got it, I was kind of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna roll with it. I can't remember what it's called. Here, let me see. This doesn't even make sense. This is my invoice. It says 40 count. Picture this plus, but then it says the primitive needle. But I don't get it. Which one is it? Picture this plus the primitive needle, Ichabod Seabury. I'm not sure, guys. I don't know. This is what it looks like. What I really wanted was just like a mossy green. Didn't know there was going to be so much brown. Whatever, I'll make it work. And then the called for floss. It's only got a couple colors, and it's Gentle Arts Antique Lace and Brown Bear. So there's that. Someday. Oh, I'm not looking forward to putting all this back. I'm just like throwing it in a pile and it's all disorganized and cruddy. Whatever. Okay. This I got in Estes Park, which is like an hour, maybe. It's from Boulder. It's like 42 miles, but because you're going up a mountain, like, you know, it takes an hour, I think, to get up there. But I'm not complaining because that's awesome. Like, I can go to somewhere cool like Estes Park in an hour. It's nice when company comes. Like, that's a good destination spot. But they have a cross stitch shop up in Estes Park. It's not just cross stitch. It's more, honestly, I think it's more like yarn, knitting, crocheting kind of stuff. But they have a cross stitch too. And it's called a Stitching Bin, B-E-N. It's right off like the main drag. So check it out if you're in Estes Park. And this is Fireside Originals, the Stanley Hotel, which is the hotel from The Shining, which is like a huge draw in Estes Park. You can go visit the hotel, take a tour, take a haunted tour, all sorts of fun stuff. So that's the Stanley Hotel. It's super tiny, I know. It says the Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado. And I was just going to do that on 18 count antique white Ada, which the pattern said 18 count ivory Ada, so I thought antique white was close enough. And then it's just with DMC. So, honestly, guys, I don't know if I'll ever start that one. I just think I really wanted to buy something while I was there, and I thought this was cool, but I'm not super driven to stitch it. Like, I don't know. There's 100 other things I want to stitch probably before I ever get around to that, so. Okay, next, look at this project bag. I got this at Target in the Dollar Days. It's got popsicles and hamburgers and hot dogs and ice cream cones. And look at the scissor pull. Cute. Okay. This is one of my favorite designers, Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. I love her designs. It's called Stars and Diamonds. I know the picture's really small, so I don't know that you're gonna really be able to see it very well. It's probably really hard to see. Lyrics from a Bob Dylan song. Boots of Spain. I think it's Boots of Spanish Leather. I hope that's what it is. Anyway, it says, "Oh, but if I had the stars of the darkest night and all the diamonds from the deepest ocean, I'd forsake them all for your sweet kiss. For that's all I'm wishing to be owning." And the picture really, I don't think is going to come close to doing it justice, because the actual, like, they're all Gentle Arts threads. They're just so rich and beautiful, and I don't feel like that shows up in the picture at all. So I think it's going to be, like, gorgeous. I mean, these colors are very deep, beautiful colors. I'm going to do it on 32 count Belfast linen in cream. Just a plain linen cream. Nothing fancy. I'm going to let the floss do the talking. Alright, oh my gosh, there's more in here than I thought, you guys. Okay, good. So this is an Etsy seller called Good Morning Maui, M-A-U-I, like the Hawaiian island, or city, whichever. I don't know a lot. I have never been to Hawaii. It's a Golden Girls cross stitch. It says, "Thank you for being a friend." I think it's so cute. And I think it'll stitch so fast. And I bought this. It was really inexpensive. I think it was a couple dollars. And I bought it with the intention of stitching it for, like, all my girlfriends. I just haven't started it yet, but, like, stitching it for all my girlfriends, and, you know, it'll only take a couple days to do it, hopefully. Close for DMC, and I dyed my own fabric for this. I've got all sorts of, like, just, it's like purpley bluish fabrics. I've got a whole bunch of different cuts because I don't know how many I'll end up stitching. I've got all this fabric. Like, how cool did this fabric turn out? And it's just on Ada. And just, you know, someday I'll get to it. I hope I stitch at least one. But my plan was, you know, to stitch like 7. We'll see about that. Okay. This is a really cool chart. This I definitely want to do in 2018. It's an Etsy seller. And forgive me, this does not, I don't think this has the seller's name on here. Oh, it says copyright XRESTYK Xrestic. I got it on Etsy. You guys have probably seen it before. It was going around Stitch Mania a couple months ago. It's Harry Potter, and it says always, and it's got a Deathly Hallows as the A. But I decided to kind of go out on a limb with this one. And I'm going to do, instead of doing it on, I think the blues are beautiful. But I'm going to totally flip it. I'm going to do this purple fabric that I got in a stitchy box. It's Fiberlicious Velvet Sky. So it's a 32 count. I'm going to do this fabric. And then I converted all the blues to golds. So I just I pulled the called for DMC blues, and then I found like equivalent golds that had like the same tone or brightness and kind of matched up like how I thought it would convert in gold. So it could end up looking super awesome, or it could end up looking horrible. Like, I don't know. I'm really going out on a limb. But I think that those golds on purple are going to be incredible. They're going to pop very well. And I think that'll stitch really fast. So once I get, someday when I start that, I should get it stitched up pretty fast. All right. Another one I really want to get to, I think the reason I haven't is because I know it's a really big project and it's just a little daunting to start a really big project. It's Plum Street Samplers Nantucket Girls Sampler. And honestly, it's a big project, but as you can see, it's a lot of words and just little motifs. So, I mean, honestly, I think it will stitch pretty fast when it's all said and done. It's going to be a large size, but it's not like full coverage. I mean, maybe I'm being a baby about this and I need to just start her up. But anyway, it's the Nantucket Girls sampler. It's a song. I first heard this song. There's a band called the Tossers. They're from Chicago, and they're American, but they have like their Irish style, like Flogging Molly and whatever. They sing a lot of traditional Irish music with like a punk flair. So they cover the Nantucket Girls song, which is "All haste to wed a sailor and send him off to sea." Yada 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 yada. So anyway, when I saw this, I like flipped out because I love that song. I love their version of it, so I had to have it. And then I think I told you guys I'm super into anything like Moby Dick or Nantucket because I read that book In the Heart of the Sea about the whale ship Essex, which is what Moby Dick was based on. So like I like that kind of stuff. It's like on my bucket list to go to Nantucket someday. I haven't yet, but I want to. So anyway, I'm going to start this someday. I'm going to do it on Lakeside Linen 40 count buttercream. I decided on 40 count to try to make it like not so massively huge. Like I'm hoping, 40 count instead of like 32 count will help bring the scale down a smidge, and I'll do it 1/2. So buttercream is just a nice aged neutral. And the chart calls for NPI silks, but look how many you need. You guys, that would be so expensive. Now, I do like that chart a lot, and I'm not above spending some money, but I decided to do it in DMC because, I can't imagine dropping money for 20 NPI silks. And I also think with this pattern, I think it'll look fine in DMC because, like I said, it's mostly words. So I've got the DMC all ready to go, and I think the color palette's actually really pretty. You guys, I have such a mess over here. It's like, and I just cleaned this room and now it's like trash. Like my boyfriend comes in and looks at it and he's like, "What happened in here?" And I'm like, "It was clean yesterday." So I gotta put all this away. Ugh, it's gonna be a nightmare. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're getting close to the end here. So this is Miss Peg. I can't ever say it. It's another Etsy seller, Peggiotti. It's so hard to say, but she does beautiful artwork. You can do prints, and then she started doing her prints into cross stitch. So this is another Jane Eyre pattern. I love Jane Eyre. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, look at those colors and the style. Like, just so pretty. So what I'm going to do it in DMC, and I'm going to do it on Picture This Plus in Vesper, which is this gorgeous, like, teal, or I think that's teal, turquoise teal. And so what I'm going to do is, so all of this color right here, this beautiful teal, I'm not going to stitch that. I'm just going to let the fabric, like, shine through. And then I'll just do, like, the frame and Jane. So that'll save me some stitching. And then allow me to show this beautiful fabric. Again, on DMC. I also have, this is probably something I'll never actually start, but I own it. This is when, so I told you guys in my first video, like, when I first decided to cross stitch, I went and got a Thomas Kincaid Disney 5x7 pattern. And then I, like, bought this. Like, I didn't know anything about cross stitching. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know how time consuming it was. So I bought this, which is a Busilla Heirloom Collection in Southern Bells. It's like a full coverage, huge pattern. I had no idea, like, you know, how time consuming that would be. So I've owned this for ages. I've never opened it. It's still like new in the package. I got it for $14 on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I love it. It reminds me of Gone with the Wind. I absolutely love it. I just don't know if I'll ever... It's such an undertaking. I don't know, guys. I also have DMC Henry VIII. And this is also a kit with everything included. You guys have seen this one too. Such a cool pattern. When it's all stitched up, it just looks phenomenal. Someday, guys, someday. This is one I will also probably never ever start. It's another of those Thomas Kincaids. Bought it before I knew better. It's Bambi. It's really cute. These are just, I'm sorry guys, pardon my language. These kits are a pain in the ass. And you people that do the huge ones, because these are like little sampler ones where you can also get like a huge piece. This is just like a little excerpt from like a bigger piece. I don't know how you guys do it. These kits kill me. They're just confetti. It's just confetti. They take forever. I always get off on my counting and like screw it up, but it usually doesn't matter because it's just confetti scenery, so I can just like fudge it. But you people that do the huge ones, you all are insane, and I don't know how you do it. I'll probably never touch this. Maybe it'll be a giveaway. If anybody wants this, maybe we'll give this away someday. Okay, another big, huge, daunting kit. I bought this, had to have it, haven't started it. I'm scared to death of it, guys. It's so gorgeous, but it is so huge. Lila's Studio, Let Freedom Ring. Ginger Gerald Stitcher is doing this one, and he's almost like done with it. He's just trucking away on it. He's a fast stitcher, though. Absolutely gorgeous. The pattern is so nice. Like, it's this, like, it's like all these pages, really detailed, really beautiful, high quality, like cardstock, really nice pattern. And I'm going to do it I don't know where my fabric for this went, but I had a fabric for it. I'm going to do it on Picture This Plus Mellow, which is like an aged gold, like beautiful antique-y looking fabric, which I think will complement this very well. And I think I had it in, I had bought a 36 count, but I might get it in 40 to try to make this a little smaller. And to save thread. It calls for a bunch of DMC and then a bunch of Gentle Arts, which I have, you know, I've got it kitted and ready. Okay, so that was my whole tote full of fully kitted whips, and I've got a couple more just in my Christmas stash that I've already shown you guys. I'm not going to show you guys the 13 that I'm doing for the 12 starts of Christmas plus Christmas start. Because I'll show you that next video, but that was 13 more fully kitted projects I had. But what I'm not doing in my 13 starts of Christmas that didn't make the cut for whatever reason. One is Rosewood Manor's Winter Quakers, and the reason this didn't make the cut was because I realized I don't have to stitch this just for Christmas. I can stitch this into January and February too, so I didn't have to do it for Christmas. So that'll be probably a start in January. And then let me see if I've got anything else fully kitted up in here. The only other thing I've got is this Dimensions kit that I'm also scared to death of because it's enormous. Although I think it's beautiful. Oh, so pretty. It's the Aurora Cabin. Someday, guys. Someday. Okay, so that's all my fully kitted stuff. This is a much longer video than I thought it was going to be. Again, I have a whole tote, another tote full of unkitted patterns that I bought. This is just what I have ready to go. So, those are potential future starts for 2018. there's also a chance that, you know, I start totally different stuff because I'm going to buy some other stuff. But did you guys see on Just Keep Stitching, Pam has already planned and kitted her Stitch Mania May 2018. Like, I'm so not a planner. She already knows what she's gonna do for the whole month of May and already has them all kitted up. Like, that woman is ambitious. I bow down to you. I'm a procrastinator, so, you know, I probably won't make Stitch Mania plans until, like, the last week of April. And then we'll just see what I feel like doing. I don't like to make really solid plans because I don't really stick to them, because I'll end up, you know, something will catch my eye and I'll be like, oh, on this day I'm supposed to do, it's Santa Sunday, I'm supposed to do Christmas stitching, but I don't feel like it. I really want to work on this instead, and then I do, because this is a fun hobby, and I need to enjoy myself, so I do what I want. What is that from? Oh, isn't that Cartman from South Park? I do what I want. So, okay, that was super, super dorky. I'm sorry, guys. All right, that's all I have for now. This is long enough. I will be back after Christmas to show you my 12 starts of Christmas and my, hopefully, Christmas Day stitching. We have company coming in. So Christmas is on Monday. We have company coming in Friday. And it's hard to stitch when I have company, so I'm going to, like, try to sneak away and, like, put a few stitches in just so I can, like, stick with my goal and say I did. We'll see. We'll see how I do next video. But yeah, that's all I've got for now. I did want to mention I've had, it seems like kind of like an influx of new subscribers and views. Like, my view count seems to have gone up, and I don't know why, and it could just be because YouTube, like, randomly put my video on suggested videos or whatever, but I suspect that somebody has mentioned me in their video, but I don't know who. I subscribe to quite a few Flosstubers, and I try to watch a lot, but I don't have time to watch all of them. Sometimes even when I watch one, I miss, like, shout outs, so even though I might have watched your whole video, I might have totally spaced out if you, like, shouted me out. But if you guys are here because someone told you to come here, like, let me know. I'd really like to go check them out, watch their videos, thank them for the shout out. So if you followed me here from somewhere else, if you don't mind, like, just dropping in the comments and let me know where you came from. I'm glad you're here, and I hope that this video has been interesting and enjoyable and not a waste of your time. Okay. I've noticed in a lot of these videos there's a little cat tail, like, randomly. I don't even notice when I'm filming, and then when I watch it back when I'm editing, I'm like, oh, there's a cat tail behind me, hey! So we have a menagerie in here, you guys. All right, I am done. I'm out. I'm hungry. It's time for dinner. My brain's fried. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time, keep on keeping on. Keep stitching. Thanks, guys. Bye.